Transport enthusiast here, and in this Tram Simulator video or Tram Sim video, I am quickly going to show you how this game runs on below minimum requirements and how you can gauge if you will be able to run this even though you do not meet the minimum requirements. Now the reason I'm making this video is because, as many have pointed out on the Discord and on YouTube, the minimum requirements for this are actually quite overstated. So what that means is that even though the minimum requirements are quite high, you can actually run this game in certain circumstances if your PC is below those minimum requirements. So in my case, what we will see is my system is a CPU i5-3570, which meets the minimum requirements. We have 16 gigabytes of RAM, which again meets the minimum requirements. But then we've got a GTX 1050 2GB VRAM GPU. This does not meet the minimum requirements, since the minimum requirements are GTX 1050 Ti and 4GB of VRAM. However, as you will see now quickly, when we just do a quick little drive, you will see that this game runs fine, even though we only have half the VRAM required, and we're not on the past the GPU that is required. And it's not only the 1050 that runs this. People on the Discord have said that they run this with a 750 Ti with again 2GB VRAM, or even the 970. So basically, the way I'd say the easiest way to gauge if you will be able to run this game is to basically check if you can run any other game with an Unreal Engine 4. So for example, Train Simulator World or Train Simulator World 2. And the reason for this is because they both use the same graphics engine, which is Unreal Engine 4. So if you are able to run other Unreal Engine 4 games, particularly more newer releases such as Train Sim World 2 or Train Sim World, then you shouldn't have any problems running this as well, because it is practically the same engine. And that's really the best way to go about it. However, there is one issue, and that is that probably, it's not worth 36 quid to take the risk if you're not sure, if you're not sure you'll be able to run this, unless you are using some sort of third-party site, which might also be the case. But so basically what that means is, on the GPU side, that if you have a more modern GPU with 2GB VRAM that can run other Unreal 4 engine games, then you should be able to run this fine. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive up to the next two stops, just so you can see that it actually runs fine on my machine. And then after that, we'll end this video.
Wintenstraße.
So as you can see here, even on a low spec GPU, that's not even the minimum requirements, the graphics are quite great. And actually, once we stop the next step, I'll show you the settings I have for my graphics. I haven't changed any of the settings. This was done automatically for me, and actually the automatic settings of this game are quite good. It's not like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 where they were atrocious. Okay. So then what you will see is, here are our graphic settings. We actually have texture quality on very high, surprisingly, and then everything else is on very low, but it still looks terrific. You can't complain. It looks quite realistic. The only main thing that you might notice when you're running on a 2GB VRAM GPU is, if you take a look here, our depth of field isn't as good. So what that means is stuff further out looks kind of blurred, and sometimes the horizon looks a bit worse off, for sure. It's a small price to pay considering the fact that you're not even meant to run this game in theory with the GPU. The other thing you might notice is there are some pixelation in some points when the tram is moving, as you can see there, where the windows are, but again, it's nothing too major. And then there is the area in the city center. You might get very slight but still quite playable stuttering. Overall, this game can run on systems with low minimum requirements, and therefore this does support the hypothesis that the minimum requirements are overstated. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more footage of how my system with the 2GB VRAM GPU runs this game, then you can check the video that will appear up here in the top right corner, or you can use the link in the description below, and you can see the full route and gauge for yourselves how this game runs when it's below minimum requirements. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions at all, you can always let me know down in the comment section down below, or you can join the Discord and ask the questions there. If you did find this video helpful, do give it a like so that people too can find this video and also get the usefulness that is from it. If you did enjoy this video and want to see more Tramsim videos in the future, as well as up to 2 on other simulators, do hit that subscribe button. That's it for now. Until next time.